Welcome back to Indian Trace. On behalf of our military veterans and those serving in duty now and all of our armed forces, I salute you. I salute you. I'm going to take a big chance because I'm going to start this again. And I'm in Notchville. Some good countryside right here. Some good sights to see. But chance is this. I made a Join the Hunt with Indian Trace a little while ago. I'm going to try again because I'm up here and the wind died. Before I was getting wind pickup, you know how it is? Here's some nice woods, gotta love that, right? And I'll tell you in a second why I saluted all of our armed forces and our veterans. But let me first give the foundation to where I am here at Notchville. Untold, now I found a couple points, a couple pieces, nice pieces, but I have a couple hot areas I need to get over. And I just wanted to walk slowly here. I'm seeing a lot of lithic scatter. Lithic scatter. And for those artifact lovers out there, hope you're doing well. But I'm seeing a lot of lithic scatter out here. And so I wanted to come up here. I've been here many, many times before, but the snow's been here since. A little bit of rain's been here since. I'm picking up faint traces of my footprints. So you never know. You never know. You just got to come out here and see what's going on. You're going to see things like this a lot. It's decent conditions. What they work with. It's a piece of work quartz, but there's a lot of it around here. I mean, look right here. Piece of strawberry quartz. Piece of quartz over here. But when you get good eyes, an educated eye, you become a rock reader. Many of you guys know what that is. So here on Indian Trace, I do have some really nice artifacts that I found. I'll show you in a minute. Was stubborn, didn't want to film them. And I'm going to go up an alley here. Now, you all know how this works. Right here, you'll know nothing about it. You see these trees. I do know one tree, two tree. I do know that from those two trees, straight on up, 20 yards wide, well, they were doing something with artifacts. But this whole area, I mean, I'm in an area of 500 or more artifacts. 200 to 150 really great artifacts. 100 smoking artifacts that I've kept. So that's where it's all at. I'm going to get to my mark up here. It's marking my lanes. Old cotton that's been plowed under. All is well. And the reason why I gave that salute to our military, they're awesome, no doubt, is because I just was recently watching a couple reports. As we move up here, hopefully I'll get this focus in and we go on a hunt. Join the hunt. Looking for Indian Trace. Military, though, in veterans, because I saw a report about how many of those multiplied thousands of motorcyclists that went to inauguration were veterans, and then how many veterans went in support. It was a fantastic report. It's an unbelievable report. I am going to put a link for a political interest link that has to do with a crosstalk, and we'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but we are fortunate to enjoy our freedom. I mean, look at this. What you're looking at out here is peace. What you're looking at here is no civil war. What you're looking at here is peace, rights, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I can't go and rape the right of somebody else in their life, and they can't mine. This is the United States of America. Sovereignty, I feel, is coming back, and so do the veterans, and so do the military. You know, it's so funny. The inauguration was filled, and the day was filled with law enforcement, military, you name it, that are in complete support of the direction currently our nation is going. They have been hurt. They have been gagged from voicing their opinion. And I know military guys. I work with lots of ex-military, ex-special forces guys as a firefighter. And they have been hurt through the last 8 years. We'll just put it that. I thank God. I'm looking around, everybody, so don't mind me. I'm checking things out. Maybe we'll find a smoker today on the walk. And I just wanted to salute all of the veterans today. Thank you for your help. I thank you on behalf of my sons. I thank you on behalf of my wife. Look at, there's an artifact right there, but I don't know if I'm going to collect it. The base of a Guilford round, right? Right out in the sun. Midsection a little bit. It's hit off the back. don't think I'll take it. I think I'll leave it. There's a lot out here. Maybe something awesome will come. I found a couple really great pieces, and I'm just going to move forward. And sometimes I'm inspired to collect them, sometimes I'm not. But my gesture of thanks to all you guys out there that served and suffered, and maybe were injured, and etc., etc., will always be there. So this Join the Hunt starts off with honor, of course, for the North American Indian, and with a clear spirit out here. A spirit of which when I look, I don't expect. I hope, but I don't expect. I've been here many, many times, but the weather today has preceded me. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, it's 65, 70 degrees, and whew, I'm telling you what, yeah, February hasn't come, and it's winter, but that's why I decided I would like to live in North Carolina. Coastal Piedmont's a huge region here. I like to say I just live in the whole region. We'll just leave it at that. Anyway, it's a good place to come here. Thank you, military, men and women. On behalf of many Americans also who don't have enough dignity to look at their own freedom and thank you as they should. Now, I told my son the other day, my middle son, who happens to be 16 years old, I said, when you're throwing together your ideas about what you might want to do in life, and this is political interest, I said, I want you to know you have my complete support, of course. If you want, and you're considering choosing military as a first step, I completely support you. Of course, as an educational foundation, there's nothing wrong with that. And in the military, people get some crazy wrong idea that if you choose the military, well, you're just dumb-headed. Well, no, that's a political party here who said such audacious and stupid things. For the military gives individuals, and those individuals who may not have, multiplied millions of dollars just to invest in an education of liberal arts that are going to give them no preparation for the workforce. We won't go into that area. No preparation for a career. And they just want to rake your money in and get you in debt and give you a degree that ain't going to do much good in the real world, which we'll leave it at that. And I said to my son, I said, listen, if you choose the military, have you thought about it at all? If there's a branch that you might want to choose? And he actually did. He thought about it. He and for you Army guys out there, that's the way it's go. I didn't really get into asking him why. He said, yeah. He said, if I was interested, I'd probably choose Army. I said, really? I said, okay. So we leave it at that. Now he's just putting together what he might want to do with his life. He very well might go ahead and continue his education, which is great, fantastic. But you know how it is. It's just really cool to continue to move forward with the people in your life that you love and giving them the ability to make choices. Beautiful out here, isn't it? Now, I said that to say this. You know what's interesting? He's in a generation now, and I just got off the phone with my oldest son, and I said, listen, it's awesome. You're in a generation in the digital age where it's over in terms of propagandizing or controlling the information you get, that you're going to have to decide on what's true and what's not. I grew up in an age where, you have NBC, ABC, and CBS. And then PBS, God help us, and I warn you all, PBS is a disaster. Now, I know that's going to make a whole lot of people wrong, a whole lot of people upset. But National Public Radio, NPR, is a disaster. They are a disaster because before, the National denoted a certain administration that paid them specifically to carry their narrative, to propagandize. That is wrong. Now, alternative news, which my son and many young people are growing up in this day and age, you can go across the world. You can go across every single angle of what's going on, what's happening today. And you can look at it and listen to somebody report on it. You can examine them and cross-examine them and find out if what they're saying is true. You can go to 2, 3, 4 reporters that you trust or agencies that you trust. And you can effectively just shut down and shut off people who you have caught time and time and time again lying to you, to try to control your opinion and the way you believe things. I mean, that's so belittling. It's no liberation in it. So I told my oldest son, I said, you are fortunate that you have so much resource. Look at this. What a great angle with that shadows, right? Look at that. Join the hunt line. I'm hoping we find some. We're in a good place. I mean, we really well could find a great artifact. If not, I'll show you what I found already. Anyway, I said to my son, I said, you are blessed because you have a lot of avenues of information about what's happening. And then you don't have to be sheltered anymore from what's happening globally and in the world. And even in, unfortunate, many of the conflicts of the world and what's caused them and what's going on in the nation and what's causing unrest. Well, the greatest part of unrest we discussed, and my son, he knows this. He's the one who said it. The greatest part of unrest here is that people, they hear what is not true, that is insightful and divisive, and it stirs them up to respond to it, and they're simply believing a lie, believing many lies. Now, when a human being gets to the place where they can discern the truth, and they can listen to the truth, and they can talk about it, and they can find out what really happened, or what a leader has really said, or how a leader really feels, whether it's a leader for the nation of Israel or the nation of Russia or the nation of Crimea or the nation of North Korea, it doesn't matter, but you have to go to primary source resource. So enough said about political interest stuff today. The greatest part was the link that I said I got to share with you because it's a crosstalk section and it's fantastic. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. You got to watch it because it just makes it so clear that the day and age is over where somebody with power and ability can show up to agencies that are supposed to be integrate, whether it's the FBI, CIA, NBC, CBS, CNN, you name it, any one of them. And there's been many conservative ones that are threatened, but they just wouldn't bend. They wouldn't yield from reporting what was actually true. But when you think you have enough power where you can just control the narrative and you can say whatever you want because that's what you believe people should know in order to control their lives and take their freedom, well, that day and age is over. Thank God forever, and we can all be happy about it. The day and age is over. All right, let me check my time. Having fun here on Indian Trace, and my time's better than it was before, so this is probably a better second effort. The wind isn't as brutal as it was earlier. That crosstalk section is with about 3-4 different reporters. I think you'll get a lot out of it. It changed my life. You know, I now remember I was talking about how when I listen or study and do my homework about things, part of our duty, I think, in this life now is taking the responsibility of freedom to educate others to it. And I've had such great response here, not just yes men and yes women saying, yes, I agree, but people who disagree, and that's who I want more. Even my own relatives. It's unfortunate. But when you see the light, when the light starts coming on, you just not. It doesn't ever shut off. For those of you and me out there who actually believe this way and share, and I've heard a lot of great stories about people either in resistance or coming against you or just look at you with such a shocked face. Look at this view of disbelief when you make just simple comments about freedom. That's the way it's supposed to be in the United States of America. That's the way it's supposed to be here. We're supposed to celebrate freedom and being a patriot. So I said to my oldest son in conclusion, you thought I forgot, didn't you? Well, you are blessed because you can now, forever, and the box is never closed again, have access. Now, there's a lot of people that have looked and tried so hard to censor, tried so hard to make up storylines, to make up things and demonize things like alternative news stations from here across the world and calling them fake. Really, there's plenty of things that are said that are not true, but if you are intelligent, and I thank God that my sons are, and they grow up that way, as well as my wife, you can listen to a report, you can listen to a person talk and know whether or not they're telling the truth. You know, I really believe it's because of the way we're designed by God. With evidence in 1 John that says that your heart is greater than all things. And it knows all things. And it is high above all things
for sure, and will lead you unto all truth and cannot be deceived. You know, that's funny, because thank God I don't have to mention anymore. See my two trees up there? I keep a mark on them. We're still in the zone. You never know what it'll mean. It'll mean something good or bad, but it doesn't matter. This is the whole area all the way down there is rich. So I just take a little lunchtime here. I won't eat today. I don't care. This is better. Get out in the sun and see if I can save something. What on earth was I saying? Don't even remember. But that's okay. I get on my soapbox and, well, with Join the Hunt with Indian Trace, it's just fine, because you know the heart that I have for the North American Indian as well. Had some great questions politically come in about the North American Indian too, and I feel strongly about them and support their cause. Have really looked to study and read about their activists and their leaders, because the modern North American Indian have been immersed in politics. So some of you out there might say, oh my goodness. If I'll just put it this way, and you know, it might get some people upset. If you're going out the door, I'm looking at pieces as we go, and you want to find artifacts, and you go find artifacts, and that's it. There's no story with them. There's no attachment to them. It's just rocks. You throw them in a box, throw them under the bed. You need to stop, because the people and their ancestors who left these, well, they need help. They need our prayers. They have sovereign ground, sovereign nation, just like I believe in the United States of America to be sovereign, but not at their expense either. There's a lot of contention, whether it's Dakota Pipeline or whatever, and some great questions that come in, but there's a lot of very, very important things and certain things that have happened in history that cannot be reversed. Cannot be. Can't be. Destiny has happened. And I'm going to say this right away, and we might finish good on this. Let me look at my time. Oh, yes, we got to finish. I don't want it to go too long. What a great view out here, huh? Join the hunt. Here's my comment in terms of political things and the way this nation was set up. The nation was set up on one premise in terms of the Puritans, with a theory that they call manifest destiny. That because they had intelligence, so-called, and because they had the power, supposedly, that it was God's destiny that this nation was given into their hands. That the savages, see, I hate using that word, that the Indians, the Redskins in darkness, who many sects did not even believe had souls. See, ridiculous. See, they're trying to pull the same thing on the slaves. Oh, God. And so, yes, a lot of the nation and its formation and the abuses about these Indians, which their ancestors here are what I find the trace of, millennials back, before the people I'm talking about in the historic period. Well, manifest destiny is no longer in effect. It was a false premise. It wasn't God saying to abuse and use and exterminate huge swaths of North American Indian to have the best in the prime, the best land and the best advantages. It was not God at all. But what was God is it was inevitable that the United States of America come to formation. See, some people don't regard that at all. They think America shouldn't have been here at all. It should never exist. I put it this way, and I tell my sons, it's real simple. As I finish this today, and I don't want to go any longer, it's long. But listen, we didn't find much. And let me show you these things so that we can finish with these thoughts as well. Hang on a second. Pour out my little bag here. Show you what I found today, because we didn't find anything live. Look at this. Couple pieces here. Now this, first of all, was my honor piece. Look at that. I did not find it today. I bring a piece out for honor. This is not going longer than 20 minutes, Lord Jesus. That's for honor. That is a smoking awesome piece for honor. Holy cow. That's why I bring it, because I know where I am. It reminds me of where I am. Whew. Mercy. And then I found these today. See, they do make the quartz out here. A little bit of used up pieces, I guess. Nice pieces, though, in quartz. Nice. Look at this. And then another piece that this is just used up here. Why not? Got to pick it up. Got to collect it through the grass. So whether it's my honor piece, which is just smoking, my gracious, or the pieces that I found were all good in that. Don't even remember what I was talking. It was manifest destiny, and the bottom line is you're not going to give up. Man, this is a nice piece. That's why I bring it. There's going to find another. I'm going to get off here and find some. You're not going to do without any more electricity. You're not going to do without refrigeration, automobiles, planes, trains. You're not going to do without modern conveniences, plastics, what the Industrial Revolution brought us. So that's over with. That was destiny, that all happened. Look at this. And so because of that, that's one reason why the nation had to be. Freedom had to come. But as we know, it often comes at the expense of many lives. A lot of things we have to continue to strive to improve and to apologize for. Anyway, good stuff. Good views. Finished with my 2 favorite trees in the forest. Hope you find out there. Don't stop moving forward.